Imagine you're a British official in colonial India. Your biggest problem? The city of Delhi is absolutely swarming with venomous cobras. People are scared. Something must be done. So you devise a brilliant, simple plan. Offer a cash bounty for every dead cobra. Turn in a snake, get paid. What could possibly go wrong? At first, it's a stunning success. The locals start bringing in dead cobras by the cartload. The streets seem safer. You're a hero. But then you notice something strange. The number of bounties being paid out keeps rising. And rising, yet the cobra problem isn't going away. It turns out some enterprising citizens realized it was far easier and more profitable to breed cobras in their backyards than to hunt them in the wild. When the government scraps the program, the breeders simply set their now worthless snakes free. The result? The cobra population explodes, leaving Delhi with more venomous snakes than when they started. This famous, if possibly exaggerated story is called the Cobra Effect, and it's the perfect introduction to a powerful hidden rule that messes with our plans in business, education, and even on the internet. It's called Goodhart's Law. The most popular version of Goodhart's Law is beautifully simple. When a measure becomes a target, it ceases to be a good measure. In the Cobra story, the measure of success was the number of dead snakes. But when that number became a target for a cash reward, people stopped trying to reduce the wild cobra population and started optimizing for the target itself, by farming snakes. The measure broke. The law is named after British economist Charles Goodhart, who was working for the Bank of England in the 1970s. His original phrasing was a bit more academic. He wrote, "Any observed statistical regularity will tend to collapse once pressure is placed upon it for control purposes. In other words, if you find a neat pattern in the world and try to use it to control things, people will change their behavior in response to your controls, and the pattern you were relying on will disappear." From this specific economic critique, a universal truth emerged, one that we see playing out all around us, every single day. Once you know what to look for, you see Goodhart's Law everywhere. In a Soviet nail factory, when workers were measured by the number of nails produced, they made thousands of tiny, useless nails. When the target was switched to weight, they produced a few giant, heavy nails. In both cases, the metrics were met, but no useful nails were made. At a call center, when employees are rewarded for calls handled per hour, they start rushing customers off the phone to keep their numbers up. The efficiency metric soars, but customer satisfaction plummets. In our schools, when high-stakes standardized test scores become the target, education becomes about teaching to the test. Subjects like art and music get cut, and real learning is replaced by memorization and test-taking strategies. Even your favorite websites are shaped by this. In the early days of the internet, search engines measured a page's relevance by how many times a keyword appeared. The target was keyword density. SEO specialists responded with keyword stuffing, cramming pages with unreadable lists of words. The metric was achieved, but the content became useless for humans. The measure of relevance had ceased to be a good measure of relevance. In every case, a simple number, a proxy for success, became the goal itself. And when that happens, the system always breaks. So, if metrics are so easy to break, should we just give up on them? Not at all. The famous management guru Peter Drucker said, "If you can't measure it, you can't improve it." The solution isn't to stop measuring, but to measure smarter. The most powerful way to fight Goodhart's Law is to use a balanced set of metrics. Instead of one target, you create a system of several. Let's go back to that call center. Instead of just targeting calls per hour, a smart manager would add a counter metric like customer satisfaction score. Now, employees can't just hang up on people because it would hurt their satisfaction score. They are forced to find a balance between being efficient and being helpful, which was the real goal all along. Second, combine the what with the why. Numbers, quantitative data, tell you what is happening. But you also need qualitative data, like customer interviews and direct feedback, to understand why it's happening. And finally, measure outcomes, not just outputs. An output is the thing you did, like shipping a new feature for an app. An outcome is the result of what you did, like seeing more users stick around. Don't just count the nails you make, measure whether you built a sturdy house. By using a diverse set of metrics that are regularly reviewed, you make it so the easiest way to hit the targets is to actually do the right thing. Goodhart's law teaches us that metrics are powerful tools, but they make terrible masters. When we blindly chase a number, we optimize for a proxy and forget the real goal. The very tool we use to measure progress ends up breaking it. But now you know the secret. You can spot a broken metric from a mile away. So, we have a question for you. Where do you see Goodhart's law in your own life? Is it in how your boss measures performance? In the way your fitness app counts steps? Or even in how you chase likes on social media? Let us know the most mind-bending example you can find in the comments below. We'll pin the best one. And as always, if you want more videos that break down the science of our weird world, make sure to like, subscribe, and hit that notification bell. Thanks for watching Atomic Microwave.